guitar, we started talking till I saw your boots bounce to the beat. You said, do you dance, wanna dance with me? Next thing I know, I started to think that we might be on to something. You're putting on a show, no need to take it slow. There's something here I know, I can feel it in the air. Feel it in the whiskey in my hand and your hips. Your body tells me when you start to dance, maybe this is turning to what we should probably get up out of here. Oh baby, I swear I can feel it in the air. I can feel it.
Hi, Timber.
You got everybody.
Hi, everybody. Welcome in.
You look at me, them words you're whispering in my ear.
What is going on? Hi, Timber. I got Puppy right here.
There's something here I know, 'cause I can feel it in the air. Feel it in the whiskey in my hand and your hips.
How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Saturday night. Ooh, there's a new button here. Happy Saturday. I'm good, Kevin. How are you? Good to see you. Let's see if I could do. Did it ever give me... I think I got my features back. I did. Sweet. I just noticed new stuff. This is awesome. Sweet. Yay. Oh, that makes me happy. How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday. Hope everybody is doing well. Past couple days, winter came back and it's been snowing and it's crazy. Oh my gosh. And then I think tomorrow it's supposed to be like 70. Thank you for the heart, me. I appreciate you. So yeah, cold snow and a lot of snow too. Like that heavy spring wet snow. It's been wild. Hi, how are you? Yeah, it's and then tomorrow's gonna be 70s and it's gonna be 70s like all week. So it's kind of that full spring where the winter just comes in again and says, hello, I'm still here. Yeah, so it's wild. It's crazy, but it does this every year, so it's like, whatever. It is what it is. It just happens. Hi, guys. Welcome in. Thank you so much. I wanted to pull something up. Oh, there's Miss Timber. Right? Same there. Hi, Timber. Hold on. She's like wants to lay right here. Because she's my sweet girl. Hi, Jojo. Welcome in. So tonight, a couple things. Everything's uploaded to the YouTube channel. If you guys want to check that out, I got all that stuff up to date. I'm good. How are you? Thank you for the heart puff. And last week I thought we had some really good stuff. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. We had Dr. Julia on, which was phenomenal. We had a lot of good discussion. We had people that were in here that needed support, and we were able to connect them to the right resources, and things are sounding good in that area. I've got some great notes I want to bring in. I know Leslie was in here the other night. I want to bring her in too to talk about her experience and her background in social work, which would be great. I uploaded a lot of resources. Thank you for the finger hearts to the link in my bio, which I think are phenomenal. New ones in there. Hygiene includes Psychology Today, and then some other resources that I have there as well. It's been quite the wild past couple of days, and it was good to have time off of here yesterday. I tell you, had family game night, and it was so fun. So fun. If you guys ever played the game, I think it's called What Did You Say? Where you put the big things in your mouth and you try and say something off a card and guess what it is. It's hilarious. Just tears from laughing. And more slobber than what the dogs do. Yes, like at the dentist. Yep. It is so funny. And there's like pop culture things to say, there's rhyming things. It's hilarious. It's so much fun. And I kid you not, with the dogs, like they'll rule if you're eating. I keep declining version. We were just it was embarrassing. But it was funny. The dogs were looking at us like, you gross humans, what's wrong with you? Stop drooling all over the place. It was pretty funny. So it was a great night. I had a great night. And yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. There's a lot of other people that I want to bring on here as well. I want to bring on, like I said, Leslie. I want to bring Dr. Julia back and really dive deep into some different therapy techniques, the EMDR, a lot of different things that she talked about. So I'm excited to do that and to get her connected with this group here. Hi there. Tonight, what I really wanted to talk about is something that's pretty relevant, but I think it's important to discuss, and it's about, why does the narcissist, have this fear, or why are they so scared of losing you when they actually didn't love you right in the first place? Sure, you could say something. You're doing the EMDR with my therapist. Good for you. I want to learn about that. Jean, once you go through it, I would love to have like Dr. Julia describe it in more detail. And then maybe if you're up for it, come in and tell us about your experience. I would love to hear that. I think it would be super beneficial for a lot of people. Robbie, I have it. Let me find it here. Okay, it stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It's pretty cool. She talked just briefly about it, and it was pretty cool. It was really neat to hear about, but I want her to go like into more depth about it. And it's like using eye movements in a specific way to help process traumatic memories. It was really good stuff. So yes, Jean, or if anybody else has gone through it, I think Sheena's gone through it too, or is doing it. And it would be great to hear about your experience and how you felt after doing that. Yes, okay, Kevin, perfect. To answer, they want you back for their needs. Absolutely. Part of that supply, they want you back. But they have like this deep-seated fear of losing the person in their life, and it's not what you would expect. It's not because they were so in love with you and they can't live without you and all those things. And it's really not about them being exposed, for their lies and the manipulation that they do. And it's not something that makes them uncomfortable. It's what it is it taps into those insecurities, those deep-rooted insecurities that they have that can go back even to their childhood. And I've talked about that abandonment thing, but they're terrified, absolutely terrified, that you will realize that their behavior is just a load of bullshit. Really. And they can't have that. They don't want that. So that's what really is their fear, is that you're going to call out the BS. I mean, honestly, they don't even care. They don't recognize the lies and the manipulation. Like, get beyond that, because they just don't care. They don't see it. They don't believe it. They don't think it actually even exists. But their fear is that you're going to call out their BS, right? Or that their behavior is a bunch of bullshit. That's what they are going to fear. Here's the kicker, though. They know what they're doing. They absolutely know what they're doing, and they're aware of their actions. They're aware that they are calculated and that they are completely driven by their own agenda. And they'll gaslight you, try and manipulate you into staying, obviously, because that's where they thrive. When they have that supply next to them, that's where they thrive. it's like they're lost and they're drifting and they need somebody. They always need to be attached to somebody because they are desperately seeking validation. Thank you for the heart me. I didn't see your comment, no, unless I missed it. But that's really what it is. Thank you for the heart me. They need that validation. They need it. Thank you so much. Hi, Kelly. Welcome in. If you expose them, if you hurt them enough, there's no coming back. You know, they can't reclaim you. That's the whole point. You've set those boundaries. It's too embarrassing for them. I think I need validation. Okay. I appreciate your feedback. Your ex told me that if I don't put... Yikes. Yeah, that's not good. You want to get away from that for sure. But they're stuck in a cycle, right? Of seeking what they're missing in their life. You become that supply. And that's what's really driving, their force, all of their motivations. So when they're love bombing you, they're mirroring you, it's all about keeping you close, keeping you so attached that they can't lose you. You're out 3 years. Good for you. Good for you. When they want to reconcile or they want to bring you back in, it's more about reclaiming you as that supply. It's not about the love. It's not about them missing you. It's getting that supply back. That's all they're trying to do. You're not a person to them with feelings or emotions or needs. You're a tool, right? You are a tool to them. They will weaponize you. It's a transactional relationship, right? And it's all about what you can do for them. That's how mine was. When I go back and look at it, that's 100% what that relationship was. It's also a test to see what they can get away with. Absolutely. Yep. So true. So true. They're going to push and they're going to test and they're going to see, you don't have my back. That's a test right there. They're trying to test you and then make it all your fault and put all the blame on you. Have my back, right? If you don't, you're an awful, horrible human being. You guys have seen it. This relationship, these types of relationships, and especially of mine, they're never going to evolve into being something healthy. It's never going to evolve into something where you're happy, where your needs are met, by your partner. And that narcissist is not going to change even when circumstances are normal. It's not going to happen. Not at all. Yep. And I've shown all of that. You guys have seen all of these cycles, all of these things through my own experience. Hi, Barb. So that's why they're scared of losing you in a relationship. Because they lose that validation. They lose the supply. Now, they will go find the next one. They'll sulk for a while, but then they're going to go find the new supply. And you always need to fix stuff or find stuff or play mom. So true. Yes. And I've said it before, I'm a fixer. And that's like, thank you, Diane. Yeah. You shouldn't have to worry about what they're going to say, what they're going to do, how they're going to act when you're out making a living. It shouldn't be like that. There's no point of the relationship that he could have said, I hope that she is out there not embarrassing me, not embarrassing herself. Thank you, Jean. that she's not making poor choices, that she's doing this and doing that. No, it shouldn't be like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's good stuff tonight, you guys. Your student Sulky moved to the next one within 2 weeks. Wow. Yeah, it can happen quick too. You could see it go a couple of different ways where it'll be play the victim for a very long time, or we'll jump immediately into that next relationship. You could see it, yeah. He's doing that now. Playing the victim. Yep. Yep. When you say those words, it's PR. Can Barcy get along with another? I'm trying to make them look like the aggressor. Oh, he had a replacement lined up. Yep. Next is to pretend anger and rage and then crying and apologizing. That's so true, Stephanie. So true. So true. I don't know if you guys saw where it's on here, the person that I was with places value on somebody's significance on this planet based on how much they gift or how many followers they have. Oh, 8 years divorce from a narcissist, but have a son from him. It is hard. Thanks for being here. I gotcha. You can make a book on his behavior. Yes. Thank you. I love the music too. Yeah, who said it earlier? Oh, it might have been Robbie that said something like somebody could write their entire thesis on this. Yes, it was you. It said that somebody could write an entire thesis on mental health on this exact topic right here. In just one person. I could do it with just one person. But how do you look at it, right? How do you look at somebody's value on this planet as to how much money they spend? Or the value of helping somebody in crisis is based on how much they gift you. Yeah, she wanted to write one and call it the Roach Diaries. I love that. How are you significant because of how many followers you have on a social media app? Yeah. You got your divorce decree? Yay! I know that's a whole mix of emotions right there, Jean. Oh, can two narcissists have a good relationship? Is what I meant. I have no idea. I really don't know. Yeah, the constant need to talk about followers is nuts. And who's in the room, who's not, who's got bubbles, whatever. Called or done more if she had more followers. Likely. He'll get off a live stream, say he'll fly across the country for a young woman that needed a cell phone or something, but not, it's just bizarre. Yep, Steph, I know. A driver's license, lost her driver's license or something, and well, oh my God, let me go save the day. You've got enough followers, I can do that. I can make content about this. It's insane. It's wild. Truth. There's the truth right there. Yep. Yep. Very true. It's a good song. Here's like Gary Allen. Yep. Little gems of truth that slip out. It's wild. It's. I can't even comprehend it. It doesn't process up here. I just can't do it. You saw him in concert. It was fantastic. I bet. Where is my narc? Somewhere on this app somewhere. But he left the state. So yay. Because he got wind of his warrants and booked it. Does he stalk? He did. For a while. I don't know if stalk is. He just. I don't know. He's gross. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I think just gross. So what I have is a permanent protection order, and then he violated that 3 separate times. So there's 3 active warrants out for his arrest. That's in the state of Colorado. So he left the state. They're not going to extradite for that. But he's somewhere in Iowa somewhere. And so if he comes back to the state of Colorado, he will be arrested. Anybody sees him back in the state, we call 911 and he goes to jail. He said he might get a karaoke equipment and sing for a living. It's like selling gumballs. That's good stuff there. Mine did until, yes. A large creator that spoke out didn't know there were 3 warrants. Yeah, no, there's 3. Yep. Because he live streams. I know he left because he live streams every day. Says he took a break from social media, but the break is no more than 48 hours. I know, but people are still falling for this shit. That's why I keep talking about it. People keep sending money and supporting this. And he is taking advantage of people on here. And I'm not stopping until I am satisfied with the outcome. And I know what that is for me. And we still haven't even heard from Judy. We'll get her in here and let her tell her story. She's got a lot to unpack. But like I said, this is on her time. Judy's going through some stuff right now. And when she's ready, she can have the floor and tell you guys about her experience. And it's not just him that is involved in this. So I'll let her do that. And we're going to make it an actual event when it's time. And make sure that she's prepared, that she feels safe, that she has what she needs to be able to share with everybody else. What she has gone through with him and some others is... it's awful. And what Dan did to her after she caught wind of him, so I want to do it right. I want her to be able to have a safe place to come on and tell her story when she's comfortable. But I think it's important that people hear from her. Yep. Oh, I believe it, Stephanie. In Nashville, I believe it. I got blocked. I got blocked after all of those trips because he called me in the middle of it, and I said, then leave. Get yourself out of that situation. Like, stop. Knock it off. And then he blocked me because he didn't like what I had to say. And I have it all recorded as well, too. He didn't like what I had to say. So he blocked me. Well, okay, well, then I'll go vacuum. It's exactly what I did. Kind of like the night where he woke up. Yeah, that's his game. He woke up in the middle of the night. No, he was still up because he would go for days without sleeping. He was still up. It was about, I don't know, 2:33 in the morning. Now, I have to get up in like 3 hours, right? And he just started going crazy. Talking about TikTok, Alexis, blah, 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 Vegas, da, 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 da. Going crazy. Talking about Nick's, talking about everybody that's ever done him wrong. Cottonwood County, you name it. It was on the list. And he was just in this rage. It was like a boom. Somebody flipped a switch and then he went into the kitchen, took a kitchen knife and sliced his fingers. Just psh, and blood went all over. And what did I do? Took the knives, hit them, and then started scrubbing pillows and rugs and the floors, and he's just continuing to go. But what I didn't do, I didn't say, oh my God, I didn't mother him, I didn't baby him, I just scrubbed and went right back to bed. But he was trying to elicit a response from me. I don't know why, but that's what he did. I should have. That was a mistake on my end. Yes, I should have. Yeah, I should have never cleaned it up. But that's part of it. Yeah. Even though I didn't mother him or baby him, I still cleaned up his mess. Big mistake there. Thank you for the follow. So he picks at his fingers, right? I'm just giving you guys an example so that maybe you guys can relate. Pick at his fingers, pick at his toenails, right? Just pick. Had an ingrown toenail that was bothering him. And I was downstairs at the house doing something, probably working. I don't know. And apparently he was upstairs, soaking his foot and picking at his toenails. And was all of a sudden I hear screaming. Why the fuck aren't you listening to me? Why aren't you helping me? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, full on rage screaming. And I come upstairs, I said, how was I supposed to know that you were up here? And why are you so angry at me? You could just come down and say, hey, I could really use your help. That would be awesome if you could help. I would be happy to do that. But don't rage scream at me. Like, what the hell? It was my fault. Here's another. So let me compare here. We were in the apartment, a really bad tooth infection, just excruciating pain. Couldn't sleep. It's just, you guys know the pain. And I needed a root canal, and that was first thing I was going to do in the morning, 7 a.m., get to the dentist. So much pain. And I was trying to do everything I could think of. I had ice, I had heat. I mean, the pain is unreal. I'm like on the couch, in the bedroom, head up, throbbing. And I didn't need anything. I can't sleep. This hurts. Just be quiet, please, for a little bit. Just please be quiet. You know what that guy decided to do instead? Right? No, he didn't video it. You know what he said? At that moment, when I am so much pain, I just wanted peace. Just let me lay here for just a little bit. I'm not asking for anything. You know what he did? He decided after watching me in pain, I'm going to push for ranks. I'm going to make it an all-nighter, and I'm going to scream and party all night long. That's what he chose to do. That's exactly what happened. And then he has an ingrown toenail and screams, and it's my fault. And I don't ask for help. I don't ask for anything. Just a little compassion. Yeah. And then he's like, well, do you want me to go to the dentist with you? I said, fuck you. No, stay away from me. And I took my sweet ass time. I had a full root canal. You know what? I'm not even going to go back home. I'm going to go straight to work because I did not want to be there. I was so upset that he couldn't just not be on here. He said, you know what? I'm going to push for ranks. I'm going to scream and yell and party all night long and get drunk and not give two shits about her. One time. Am I happily ever after? I think I'm doing all right. I think I'm in a good place. Yeah, the epitome of gaslighting, right? Take your fingernail clippings elsewhere. But that's just a small example, but when you look back at it, it's pretty significant. Oh, I missed all of them. All of them from the very beginning. And now I can't unsee them. Yeah. I missed them all. Every single one. So that's why I'm trying to learn more about it, because I don't want to miss them again. And here's the thing. I've tried to learn as much as I can about it and to understand, but more to understand myself. You know, you want to understand the person and what to avoid and what to stay away from, but I want to understand why. Why did I not see them, and learn more about myself? So it's not just, okay, let me study all this and be able to label a narcissist or label red flags. It's, what can I learn about myself? Why did I miss these things? What attracts me to that? And really get to the root and try and fix that. Yeah, he made such a big deal about the toenail. Our whole family had to gather around and cover him. That's true. He actually had somebody fly out to help him with his toenail. I'm not kidding. And she spent hours working on his toenail on the front porch while he screamed and... Yep. Lori. They do. Yeah, they target empathetic, honest people. They target vulnerable people, lonely people. Whatever their supply need is, they're going to find that and they're going to attract you. They're going to love bomb you, gaslight, mirror everything. And you can't beat yourselves up. I mean, that's part of it too. I mean, you will. And sometimes it's good to really kick yourself in the ass sometimes. But to learn. To actually learn. Really, really, really learn. You're never going to be that lonely ever again. I hear you. Thank you, Emily. Thank you guys for listening. You know, I know it's a lot. And it's been going on for a long time. But it just continues every day. People become a victim. And it's gotten significantly worse over the past, 5-6 months now? 5.5 months since I started going live. Now again, reminder, I was silent for 4 months. while he just did what he did. Yes, message me, please. On this app, and I've been going live for 5.5 months now. So it's a lot. It's a lot. But what's happening every day is people are falling victim. They're being manipulated. Yes, Dee Dee, thank you. And when people die, it's beyond enough. When people die, it is beyond enough. And to completely deny and discredit this person's existence and to claim that it could have been entrapment or lies, it needs to stop. So we're going to continue to talk about it and keep bringing it up, because that is not going to go away. Hey, Kens, how are you? It's sad. So again, I go back to, what is the value of a life? Let me go back up here. I'm sorry to deal with this. How long were you guys together? Barely 18 months. Lindsay Kittens, you opened up to your therapist about my thoughts, and I wanted to share. Thought you'd be... I'm so proud of you, Kens. Thank you for coming in here and sharing that. I've been thinking about you a lot. I'm so proud of you for opening up. Yeah, he has not contacted me. He's got 3 warrants out right now. I'm so proud of you. So incredibly proud. Yay. Oh, I'm going to get tears. Yeah. And he cannot contact me directly or indirectly. That'll get him another warrant. And if those build up, that could turn into another felony for him. Yeah, I'm so excited. Kens, I'm so proud of you. They didn't give yours a warrant? This sounds weird, but I feel like I had an emotional release after I told her you felt lighter. Yes, that feeling. I know Jean's in here too. I know when Christy shared her story, I'm so glad that you felt comfortable to share it. I'm glad you did that, because what you're doing is exactly what you just said. You're releasing. You do feel lighter. Now, there's still a lot built up, I know. But even just little pieces at a time, you're just releasing it. I told her at the very end, I'm just going to say important things at the end. Good. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad that you found me in this group. There is something about saying it out loud and not holding it in. You've lost 40 pounds since you left. Good for you, Jean. You've shared bits and pieces. What happens is, okay, so to tell you guys, after I left, I was quiet for 4 months. What was happening is he was going after me, trying to contact me. I was in and out of courts, 3 different counties. It's an incredible amount of time. Thank you, Jenny, to do that. And it sucks everything out of you to do this. Not just me, my sister, my boss, my family, my mother, my stepdad, everybody involved in this. My coworkers. My coworkers served him with the paperwork for my boss. They found him, ran up to the driveway. Steele was at the house, I believe, and actually served him one night. It was wild. But holding it in while he's out there doing what he's doing and saying what he's saying, it consumed me. And that first night I came on, it was like just a little, you just feel a little lighter. You had new wife try and confront me on why I'm still speaking about the abuse. You do what you need to do. She said that wasn't who my ex was anymore. Yet my ex had just been bailed out for abusing the what? Go figure, right? You keep saying whatever you need to say. What's funny about that story is that I think he was on a live stream or had made a TikTok video or something so that they knew that he was at the house. The problem was the sheriff's department couldn't serve him that third restraining order because he would disappear. He'd go to the golf course or do this or do that. They could never, when they were able to get to the house, he wasn't there. They would leave business cards in the door, which was strange anyway. So he was eluding, the police, the sheriff's department. But then he gets on this app, and what do you know? So they kind of cased the house for a couple hours and then knew that he was there, ran up, handed him the paperwork, said, "You've been served," and took off. That was his third restraining order within 2 weeks. It's crazy. It's like you can't make this stuff up. It's just wild. Yeah. Fourth quarter. Let's go Nuggets. Yes. Yeah, there's no law saying that you can't have more than one. Now he had 3 from 3 separate people within 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. Yeah. 3 separate people. Mine's permanent. So are the other 2. From the same person. I think, one covers it. It should. Yeah, that's true. You believed him? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sarah. A lot of people believe him. They're really good at manipulating people, really good at throwing on the charm. That's what a narcissist does, is they become the victim, and they try and get you convinced, right? That they're the victim, that you should believe them. If 2 incidents in different counties. So mine is a statewide one. So are the other 2. Yeah, that's right. This has got to be one of my favorite songs right now. He's got a lot of people fooled. A lot of people fooled. And a lot of these people are sending ridiculous amounts of money on this app. Thank you. Yeah. And then there's that story too. This one here, TikTok. I believe Iowa. Yeah, I think it's Iowa right now. But people are paying for that. Yeah, they're sending money on this app. Thank you for the rose. In the battles and stuff. And they're sending thousands of dollars. But here's the thing. He had a gifter. It was a gifter that sent him maybe $300 is what he says in the past 6 weeks. But was good enough to exchange phone numbers with, right? So I don't know about you guys, but I don't give my phone number out to people I don't know. I don't do that. But they were friends enough to exchange phone numbers. She was in his live on March 29th, about 1:30 p.m. Central Time. And reached out, said that she was not well, and then had posted a TikTok video saying that she was going to end her life. He tried to call, a 3-second phone call, and then sent a text message, and then let it go. Not worthy enough when somebody comes in and clearly says that they are in a mental health crisis. This is somebody you have their phone number. They have sent you money. You guys are friends. And he did nothing. And people in the chat were saying, he had her phone number. He had it right here. Right here. Okay? He had it. And people in the chat were saying, where does she live? What is the area code? Just give us the area code. They will call 911. They will do something. Dozens of people in there saying, just give us the area code. We will find her. We will try and help her. And he wouldn't do it. Why was he gatekeeping that information? This woman reached out in his live stream with a mental health crisis. And he didn't do anything about it. He didn't do it. He wouldn't even give out 3 digits. Couldn't do that. And the chat was telling him that they would do it, that they would call. Then he comes on 6 hours later, 5-6 hours later, and somebody else in his live stream, or that he was with, said, you know what, maybe we should make some phone calls. And this is 5 hours, 6 hours later. Okay? The other person starts making these phone calls and finds out that the woman did take her life. And then he's got nothing to say about it. Then, well, I don't even know if it's real. She maybe only gave me $300. I don't even know if she is dead. Maybe it's a conspiracy. All these different things. Yes, and yet he doxed people on here and had the nerve to make a truthful video. Unbelievable. So when you want to talk about what is the value of a human life to him, it's nothing. That is a narcissist. That is the extreme of the extreme. He does not care. Yep, and I think once Judy tells her story, you guys are going to get a better idea. What he did to Judy, and I want her to be able to tell her story, but I can tell you because I was there. I saw this stuff going on. Is when he tried to get her to send him $80,000 to start a podcast. And she caught wind that this could be not a good idea. She ghosted him. And he flipped out, called the police. He can do that. Yeah, he can do that in that situation. He came on, I don't know if it was the same night on March 29th or it was over the weekend, where he says, well, I don't have a good relationship with cops, so I'm not comfortable calling the cops. Now, this person reached out. Why did you have to gatekeep that information? They were in your life. They trusted you, trusted him. You had her phone number. You had it right here. People were begging for it. And you couldn't do that. You guys, it happened. It's all here. There's receipts. And then he says, well, I don't know if she even existed. And I call her phone number. Oh, no. Let me back up. He said he called her husband and had a great conversation, said that the husband said, thank you. She really liked watching your lives. Come on now. And then he's like, well, maybe she isn't even gone. I call her number and it goes to her business line. Yeah, she felt close enough to him that she tagged him in all of her videos, not all of them, but ones that were important to her. He's always threatening to call the cops. He's called the cops on me. That's the truth right there. There is proof. There are receipts. That is the scary part. So that's why I continue to talk about this and why he will continue to get called out. Because now we're talking about life and death. What he did to me is one thing. Now life and death. And he'll make fake phone calls to the police as well. No, it's not okay. But people continue to think that that's okay. Right, and he said he wasn't her friend. But gosh, when he talked to her husband, it's like, he talked to her, what did he say? He had a 12, 13-minute conversation with her husband? A couple conversations. Then he didn't believe that she was actually gone. And that he thought that he was being entrapped or manipulated. No. She was a wife, a mother, a grandmother. She trusted you. Yeah. I have the obituary if you guys want to see it. It's unbelievable. Yep. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. But that's the truth right there. So you could put on a charm, dance around to older women, do that kind of stuff. But people are falling for it. And I can guarantee you to the new supply or supplies, because I hate to break it to you ladies, there's more than one. There's a lot of supplies. He does not put value on human life, only his. Only his life he puts value on. He doesn't give a shit about anybody else. So, let me go back. He does not care. He will not care. Giggles, how are you? He doesn't care. He cares about himself. He doesn't care about anybody else. He doesn't care about his children. He doesn't care about his fiance. He cares about himself. He doesn't care about anybody else. About anybody else. Please stop falling for this. Yes. And he cares about money. And he's got a lot of problems that will come because of the money. Yep. Again, he claims that he's, at least from what I've seen, that he's taking care of his taxes. Good job. But there's still unemployment fraud for when you were collecting unemployment while incarcerated. That's fraud right there. You also made $232,000 in 2022 and, collected Medicaid or got Medicaid assistance to get counseling and medication for your, let's see here. What did he write in the court documents here? His response to my restraining order? That he asked the courts to grant leniency on him because he was recently diagnosed with manic bipolar schizophrenia. And then he went and applied for Medicaid and got medication and stuff. So let me go back here. Somebody that was diagnosed, I guess, with manic bipolar schizophrenia and does nothing about it. It's scary. It's scary. Didn't go to his son's game yesterday because he was getting his big account back. Priorities, right? Yeah, but doesn't get treatment. I told him specifically where to go. Specifically where to go to get help. While I was in Atlanta, after I'd left, I went to Atlanta. I said, go here. He sent me a picture from the facility that he was in. Well, it was a picture of his knees. I don't understand that. And then then he went quiet for 2 days. And so I was like, well, maybe he's there. Maybe he's getting the right treatment that he needs. And that would be intense inpatient care. So, oh, maybe he did. No. He walked in, sat there, got scared, said it felt like jail, and left. He was there for maybe 30 minutes. That's the truth. Because they don't think they have a problem. But I'll put it in court paperwork, asking the courts to grant leniency on him because he was just diagnosed as manic bipolar schizophrenic. But put that in court documents. It's manipulation. Is what it is. Right? It's a response to, so here's what happened is I filed for the protection order, right? And then what they do is you have, 10 days? Well, it was 10 or 11 days. They serve him, and then he has an opportunity to respond or show up in court at the hearing. for when it's temporary until you go to court, and then he can come defend himself. I go, I submit my evidence that I have. He didn't show up. He didn't show up for my sisters, for my bosses, for mine. Yes. He also does like to indulge in vices that the docs don't approve. So true. So he didn't show up, so then it becomes permanent. So mine becomes a permanent protection order, and I always have it around. It's a permanent protection order, and it is marked as domestic violence because this was a relationship with an intimate partner, and it is marked as that. So, Casey, thank you. So it goes in as that. So then what happens is that it's permanent, okay? So then he has to go to court, and this is like within another 10 to 14 days. He has to go to court, right? It's called a compliance hearing because now I have a permanent protection order. He has to go to court for complaints to prove, because this is a domestic abuse permanent protection order. He has to prove that he does not have a weapon. He has to go to court and do that. If he doesn't, then there's a bench warrant. They'll find him and he'll end up there. So at that time, he had Steele Walker fly in, and he went to court and was able to say, no, I do not have a weapon. Then he chose to fill out a response that would then be mailed to me, right? And that response, it was handwritten. It looked exactly like the application to the liquor store that he filled out that said that he was a TikTok legend. But the response is, I will not contact Jen. I will not go to her work. I will not call her at all or her family. And I asked the court to grant leniency on me because I was recently diagnosed with manic bipolar schizophrenia, and I am getting treatment for that. It's a bunch of bullshit. So what he did do after that is he contacted me 3 separate times. 1 warrant, 2 warrants, 3 warrants, right? During that short little amount of time between, it was July 31st was when I filed. It was August 10th, I believe, that the permanent restraining order was put into place. He had a compliance hearing on the 16th of August, I believe. And then he was all over the place doing his stuff. Yep, calling my mom names, all that kind of stuff. Then my husband is killed, or my ex-husband is killed in a motorcycle accident on September 7th. And Dan has messaged me, I'll tell you that in just a second, Kevin, has messaged me once, then twice, and then the 3rd time he contacted me was during my ex-husband's funeral. And he knew I was there, and the message was all about him. Wait until you see, he says, everybody hates me on this app. Wait until you see how I'm going to spiral. It's all me, 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 me. And he sent that to me during my ex-husband's funeral. So guess what I had to do? Leave the funeral, call the police, file a report, get another warrant issued for his arrest. And then the next day, no, he had already left at that point. I should have known sooner, a lot sooner. I should have known from the get-go. But yes, Kevin, the job application. So in between July 12th and July 31st, I had 498 messages, right? 498 messages or phone calls or voicemails from him. I've got them all right here. 498. That's a lot. One of those was saying that he was going to get a job. And he took a picture of a job application for the liquor store in the strip mall. And he wrote his name. He didn't know some of the stuff, so he couldn't answer. It was handwritten. And then it says, like experience or something, and he hand wrote TikTok legend. I have that. Right. Yeah. I have that. He sent that to me. Right? No, it's true. It's true. I've got it. Now that I have green screen back, a lot of companies won't hire felons. That's true. But geez, there's plenty that will. There's plenty that will. Right, only in his mind. But that was something that he sent to me to try and lure me back in, saying, "Oh, okay, maybe he's doing good things. He's gonna go get a job." It's kind of like him covering the entire bathroom in Taco Bell bags and lining every inch in Diet Pepsi, or manically writing in sidewalk chalk all over the garage, "I will serve Jen, I will serve Jen, I will serve her as she serves others." You guys, it was all over the garage in sidewalk chalk. "Serve Jen, serve Jen, serve Jen." I'm not kidding. I have pictures of this. The notes when I called the sheriff's department. I kept a copy of everything. When I contacted the sheriff's office, I said, "I need to get my stuff out of that house. Everything I've ever owned is in that house. But I can't contact him." So they called him, said, "Hey, she's coming to the house on a Friday and a Saturday between 9 and 3 to get her belongings. You need to not be there." And he said, "Okay." So I went to the house right at 9 o'clock, ready to go, started pulling stuff out, and walked in and noticed that the house was pretty much cleared out of everything. My stuff was there, a couple big pieces of furniture, the fridge was empty, pantry was empty, all of his stuff was gone. And the fire detector was beeping and going off. I'm like, did he really leave? He left a note on the counter with a tape measure. It says, "Almost everything available for sale," and his phone number. And he left a Sharpie and a measuring tape. And the front door was left unlocked. All my belongings are in that house. And he was gone. It looked like he completely cleared everything out. And this much chocolate milk in a Aquafina water bottle in the fridge. That was it. I was like, this is weird. And so me and my mom were getting all my stuff out of the house, start loading up things, getting all my stuff organized, because I just left. I took a double bag and I left, and my stuff had been there for like 4 weeks. And we're cleaning up. I'm trying to get the fire detector to start beeping because it was really annoying. And we start getting my clothes and bagging everything up. And I need to verify that I'm still here. Okay, got it. And then knock, knock, knock on the front door, and it's the sheriff. They're looking for him. I'm like, I don't know where he went. And they're like, okay, well, we're just going to keep trying to find him, because they were still trying to serve him paperwork for another protection order. It was a rental. We'd only been there for 3 months, if that. So we're cleaning out the house, and I left right at 3, just as I had said I would. Come to find out on his Snapchat that he drove to Minnesota. He did a goodbye tour of Colorado, went to the grocery store to go say goodbye to the people at the checkout, like to the girls at the tanning salon, and then went and said, "Screw you, Colorado, I'm never coming back here again." I was like, yeah, something's not right with this. So then I went back the next day at 9 o'clock, just like the police told him that I would, and started getting everything out of the house. I even cleaned it up. I did a really, I'm like, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm just doing it. And I'm like, this is really creepy. This is just weird. So then that was it. Pulled out, 3 o'clock, left. That's what I said I was going to do. That's what I did. And guess what? He ends right back up in the house the next day. His whole goodbye tour and screw you, Colorado, and going to weird places because he thought people that those were his friends. And these are just the people that take your phone number when you go tanning, or this is the person that says, thanks for coming to King Soopers. He went to them to say goodbye. And he came back, and then he was golfing and going crazy, making fake phone calls and da-da-da-da. That was 16th, 17th. And then he left on September 8th, right? So he spent another couple of weeks just manic in that house, being a menace to everybody. And he left because he caught wind that he had warrants, right? So he left the state, packed up his trash bags of what he had, and took off and went to Minnesota, and then squatted in a casino on his friend's points for a while. Huh, there. Hey, good to see you in here. Yeah, he's got no friends back there. So that's what he did, and then he was gone. So what happened, my ex-husband's accident was on September 7th. My mother sent him a message that says, Jen has suffered a loss that you couldn't even fathom. Please, if you have any kind of soul at all, leave. Do not come back. And within 7 or 8 hours, he was gone. Now, what he'll say is that that was the hateful, mean, threatening text message, and he'll use that. But then he left, and he hasn't been back in the state since, that I'm aware of. But the guy can't stay off social media, so if he steps foot in this state, I will call 911. Anybody else that knows that he's in Colorado, call 911. Tell them where he's at, and let's get his ass in jail. That was a lot tonight. Thank you, guys. It felt good to just kind of bring it all back. Yeah, he was at a casino. He's done a lot. Because we get a lot of new people in here too, so sometimes it's good to just kind of, I mean, that's your cliff notes. But if you want to catch up on stuff, every live that I do, I download it and I put it to YouTube. And so if you click on my bio here, there's a link for the YouTube channel, and you can go and catch up on the YouTube series and check it out. It's me telling my story. It's others sharing their stories and experiences. I have different people on here that can help back up a lot of things that I say with the receipts or their own experience with him. So it's good stuff. Yeah, check out the YouTube. Thank you, Casey. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. He's laughed at back here in his hometown. Yeah, I know that. I saw that. Thank you. That's so sweet. I know, because I've been there. What, 2, 3, 4 times? I know exactly what the pulse in that town is on him. I think the sentiment that you have is, it spreads across all. So anyways, I've got that up there. Also, if you're new in here, if you click on my bio again, I've got a lot of links up there. Have you been in contact with his ex or kid? No. Nope. Thank you, Sunny. No. Right after I left, a couple of the kids reached out and said, hey, my dad wants you to call him. That's all they said. One of them said, I am a pathetic loser, and how dare I call the police? And that was the last conversations. You don't answer questions? I do. I have. Yes, I did. I did. So yeah, if you click the bio, sorry, I was getting back to that, is there's resources there as well. One that I put up there last week after, well, sometimes I don't see your questions, so why don't you ask it again? Thank you. Some of the comments don't come through, so I don't see everything that comes in, but I'm happy to answer any questions. Sometimes they don't come through. They do filters on here. But if you put it back in, they call it, your comments can get ghosted. But if you put it back up, I will answer. So I'll wait for that, but I have in my link resources. The newest one that I put up was recommendation that Dr. Julia had sent, and it's actually one that I use, is Psychology Today. Great resource. It helps you learn about therapy, how to navigate through it, all the different techniques that are out there. When he ignored you and spent time on TikTok all the time, I knew there was a... Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the comment was ghosted. Try entering it in a different way. Sometimes you have to say it a little differently, or maybe misspell a word for it to pop up. It happens a lot. And then the other resources that I have up there is I have the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Your comment was above. I only see that right there. I don't see your question. Is he on anything? I couldn't tell you right now. He was when I was with him. So I have Psychology Today. I know a lot of people said that they wanted to join Zoom chats. So did your ex get invited to the awards this year or still crying? Oh, that's your question. No, he is not. They have banned him from any of their events. He was acting whacked out earlier. It's every day. So Zoom calls, a lot of people wanted to do Zoom calls, so I'm still taking, if you guys want to join those, you can, in my bio too, you can register for those. I'm taking names, just your first names and your emails, and again, that's all private, that only stays with me. And then once I get those set up, I'll send out invites to you. I also have my podcast on there, which is through Spotify, and I uploaded the conversation that we had the other night with Dr. Julia, which was really good. I have a link for narcissistic behavior and a resource page when you're dealing with narcissistic abuse, and their hotline as well. My contact information if you want to reach out. So please use those. Every message that comes through, I will read and respond and do my best and help. If you want to vent or if I can help guide you to different resources, please use me. I'm happy to do it. So thank you guys. I went way longer than I usually do, but I appreciate you guys all being here. And again, I don't want to keep talking about it, but people are still falling victim to it. And my justice has not been served yet. And I know what that looks like, and it's coming. So appreciate all of you guys. Have a wonderful Saturday night, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. Take care. Yes, thank you guys. I appreciate all of you.